Moving on, kita nak masuk to the next second of system budgeting in Malaysia, iaitu Modified Budgeting System, MBS. So basically this system was the modification to the program performance budgeting system lah through Treasury Circular number 11. So it was implemented in 1990 through the issuance of Treasury Circular number 8. So this system was based on a program, but its approach within a long-term orang kata apa, macro planning strategy lah, long term, jangka masa apa tu, macro strategy, planning macro strategy dalam jangka masa yang sangat panjang lah. So it more systematic, it more structured compared to the previous budgeting system lah, PPBS tadi. So it involved the linkage between the policy making, resources management, program performance and also management performance. So macam PBBS tadi, dia hanya tertumpu kepada operating expenditure sahaja. Dia tak ada development expenditure. So dia tak ada, orang kata apa, dia tak boleh nak, orang kata apa, tak ada relationship, tak ada linkage between these two. So dia tak boleh nak evaluate dia punya performance dari sudut management and also program. Tapi untuk MBS, dia cover everything, dia cover all the flawless of PBS system tadi. And then MBS is a management system that focus on the relationship between input, output and also impact. So dia lengkap lah. So you tengok dekat diagram bawah tu kan, dia ada input, dan dia ada process, dan dia ada output. So efficiency and effectiveness tu daripada input sampailah ke output. So dia takkan lari. So input can be categorized into emoluments, supplies and services, assets, grants and fixed charges and other expenditure. So untuk output refer kepada product or services that produced by the agency. And the efficiency of input and output are measured in the terms of quality. Yang tu kita paling penting, quality, bukan quantity. Kita go for quality. Quantity is second. Quantity, timeline, masa and also cost. So efficiency tu, macam mana kita nak ukur efficiency tu? First kali adalah quality. Customer punya kepuasan. Second, barulah quantity. Berapa banyak output yang telah diproducekan. Timeline ni sangat penting lah kan. So kalau dalam masa 1 tahun lah. Dalam masa 1 tahun, berapa banyak output yang telah diproducekan. And then dalam output yang diproducekan tu, adakah dia on time ataupun tidak. So setiap masa you perlu ada progress. So progress tu adalah you punya timeline lah. And last but not least adalah cost, sebab dia melibatkan duit. So impact can be reviewed from 3 perspective. So kita boleh tengok dari 3 sudut. Satu adalah dari segi sudut sama ada perubahan perancangan tu ataupun perubahan budgeting kita tu adakah ke arah positif ataupun negatif. Second, impact ada dari segi kesan achievement kita untuk kita achieve that objective. Adakah efficient ataupun tak efficient. And last but not least, kesan dari segi macam mana kita nak overcome that problem. If anything happen, contoh macam due to globalization, betul tak? Bila kita globalization ni, kita ada borderless economy, kita ada e-economy. So harga dunia turun, pasaran global tu turun naik. So the changes will be always there, hari-hari. So impact ni kita kena review sama ada dari segi adakah kita mampu untuk tangani sesuatu isu sekiranya ada perubahan berlaku secara tiba-tiba. So we need to compare the situation before and also after. Contohnya macam sebelum ni harga minyak agak mahal, lepas tu bila COVID hit the whole around the world, harga minyak jadi turun. So pernah jadi susut sampai RM1.30, RM1.25, tapi harga turun time tu memang kita semua pun tak boleh nak keluar rumah, betul tak? Sebab kita kena PKP diperketatkan. So, what are the objective of this budgeting system? So, the first one adalah untuk improve balik the allocation of the resources of the government program. So, kita nak tengok lah, kita nak, actually MBS ni dia hanya memperbaiki apa yang PBS kurang, kekurangan PBS lah. Next, to improve the effectiveness and also efficiency of the government program by adapting and also fostering a more conducive management environment. Maksudnya lebih structured. Compared to PBS, MBS ni lebih structured. Next, bila you dah ada structured program, you dah ada structured planning and also structured budgeting system, you able to strengthen the mechanism for the accountability in controlling all the government officers and also programs managers. So, MBS ni kita kata dia sebagai, apa tadi kita kata? Dia satu tool untuk pastikan selain daripada pastikan budgeting system itu terkawal, tapi dia juga mengikatkan ataupun kita kata menjamin kebertanggungjawatan penjawat-penjawat awam as well as the central agency lah. Saya merujuk kepada central agency, this public officer untuk run that program, untuk run the budget. And last but not least, it is a tool for controlling officer to assess his managerial performance in the challenging the management team to achieve a higher level of excellence. So, controlling officer ni pun dia sangat penting lah. So, controlling officer ni refer kepada central agency lah. So, central agency kita ada Economic Planning Unit, kita ada MOF, kita ada National Audit Committee, National Audit Department, and then kita ada Jabatan Accountant Negara. So, kita kata dengan controlling officer. So, sama juga macam PPBS, dalam MBS juga dia pun ada 4 elemen. So, kita akan go through one by one lah. So, the first element is the expenditure target, ET. So, ET represent the treasury estimate. Kita kata jangka, orang kata apa? Unjur jangka daripada kita punya MOF lah, of the base level of resources that required by each government agency to conduct the existing policy and also program. So through ET, the MOF provide each ministry with a single specific numerical target for expenditure. So MOF ni macam bendahari lah. So ministry ni kita refer lah kepada AJK. Contoh you ada you ada Kementerian Pendidikan, you ada Kementerian Belia dan Sukan, Menteri Kerja Raya, Menteri Pengangkutan, Menteri Sumber Manusia, and so on and so forth. So MOF dia akan provide this each ministry with a single specific numerical target for expenditure. So dia akan bagilah satu kertas kan. So dalam satu kertas tu each ministry akan dapat. So dalam each ministry dia punya allocation dia tak sama. Dia bergantung kepada keperluan for each ministry. Kebergantungan keperluan tu bergantung kepada rakyat lah. It depends on the rakyat. That's why lah they discuss in the parliament. So the amount the amount of ET is fixed by the treasury at the beginning of budgetary process. However, MOF can review the expenditure target if there are changes that need to be done in the government policy before the total allocation is being finalized. So again lah, during expenditure target ni lah, dia akan ada orang kata apa, a few adjustment. Excluded from this target are charge expenditure, one-off and also major new policy changes. So basically untuk ET ni dia tak applicable kepada perubahan, contohnya macam ada polisi baru, so ET ni expenditure target ni tak akan terkesan. Itu kita masuk dengan excluded. Excluded from this target. So bila ada new policy, so we come up with a new expenditure target. So preparation of estimates for operating expenditure. So basically yang ni adalah macam mana nak calculate expenditure target. Kita akan go through to the second element of MBS adalah iaitu Program Agreement and Exception Report. Program agreement and exception report. So, program agreement is a contract between a manager and also a subordinate manager to whom certain authority has been delegated. So, basically program agreement ni merupakan, kalau you bayangkan satu kertas yang ditandatangani oleh bos dengan pekerja dia. So, kita tahulah bos tu punya kuasa, ada authority. At federal level kita ada apa tadi? Kita ada kita ada central offices tadi that responsible to disclose all the relevant information to the MOF. So at agency level, dekat lower level management of the agency is accountable to the top management to submit all the reports periodically on the progress performance. So basically diorang akan submit report kepada ketua setiap 3 bulan. So dalam masa 1 tahun kita ada 12 bulan, betul tak? So setiap 3 bulan, so 4 kali setahun lah diorang akan submit report on progress performance. And then bila penjawat contoh saya bagi contoh macam economic planning unit. Okay, dia adalah agency level. So bawah dia kita kata lower level of EPU. So low level of EPU agency, dia akan submit that 4 kali report tu. So naik ke atas. And then EPU dia akan submit ke MOF. So itu kita kata dengan exception report lah. So these report are prepared on the exception basis. So the purpose is to identify the performance, sama ada performance tu consistent ataupun tak consistent. Bergantung kepada apa yang diorang dah plan. Dia nak tengok lah progress. Dia macam you tulis diary, macam you tulis journal, kan? Adakah contoh macam okay, hari ni saya nak turunkan berat badan sebanyak 1 kilo. So 1 kilo ni bukan senang nak turun So you ambil dalam masa time frame you 2 minggu. So after 2 weeks you tengok you turun sekilo ke tak turun sekilo. So itu kita kata dengan purpose having this exception report. So bila you dah receive report, therefore you adalah program agreement tu. So it also include explanation on the extent, reason for inconsistent performance and remedial reactions to be taken. So dalam report tu, kalau ada kalau you tak achieve that targeted, you have to explain, and then you kena state the reason why you punya report tu tak inconsistent, tak inline dengan apa yang kita rancangkan. And apakah tindakan-tindakan yang boleh diambil untuk untuk mengurangkan impak daripada output tersebut. So itu kita kata dengan remedial actions, remedy. And next adalah kita kata program evaluation. Program evaluation pula adalah important element to make a systematic analysis on the effectiveness, efficiency, relevancy and also economic of program. So basically untuk program evaluation ni, dia evaluate program lah. So dia ada 4 aspek yang dia akan tengok appropriate. Sama ada program itu appropriate ataupun tidak. Measures to what extent the objective fulfill this client need. Client tu refer kepada people lah, rakyat Malaysia. Number 2, sama ada program ini efektif ataupun tidak. Penyampaian dia efektif ataupun tidak. To measure to what extent the objective has been achieved. Next, dari aspek ekonomi, measure to what extent that the cost can be reduced without wastage. Ini kita katakan, ini yang paling paling critical sekali untuk kita measure. And last but not least, efficiency, to measure to what extent resources utilized optimally to produce required output. So you kena fully, bila you ada targeted budget, you punya targeted output, therefore there is no issue for you to actually fully utilize the resources that available in optimal level. So that's why lah bila dalam public sector, kalau adanya lebihan tu, lebihan allocation of money, it is something yang not good. Sebabnya sepatutnya rakyat dapat dalam bentuk 10 bilion tapi tak sampai pun 10 bilion. Kalau terlebih pun tak bagus. So dia kena tengah-tengah. So program evaluation can be used as a tool for management and decision making. So yang ni adalah a more generalized approach to expenditure. So basically generalized approach to expenditure ni is approach on that emphasize on the two elements. So basically the elements, provision of the greater flexibility and also the authority. Dia between the flexibility and also authority lah, authority from the central agency throughout an organisation. So stricter control over aggregate resources whereby supplementary allocations are rarely provided or even considered. So dekat sini walaupun dalam kita punya planning tu kata A, and then bawah A tu kita ada A subsection 1, A subsection 2, A subsection 3, tapi at the same time kita ada flexibility lah, stricter control over aggregate resources whereby supplementary allocations are rarely provided or even considered. So both are based on two principles of MBS, namely as devolution of authority and accountability to match the authority. Accountability to match the authority tu sangat penting. So MBS is based on the principle let the managers manage, so that the MOF has devolved the authority in respect of environments of funds as part of generalized approach. So in return, the central agency, the central officers devolve authority to lower level managers to control and also manage their resources. So you tahulah the flow of the expenditure tu, from bottom to top, then top to bottom. So the accountability tu actually lagi tinggi, duduk dekat piramid atas tu lagi besar. So their accountability not just in terms of compliance to the rules and regulation, but also in the terms of efficiency and also effectiveness. So itu kita kata dengan accountability to match the authority.